Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm gonna be giving you part 47 of What If Kurama Gave Naruto a Dojutsu. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out What If Tsunade Was Naruto's Mother. I posted a new episode of that, so go and enjoy. And also guys, go ahead and check out Anime King 2. If this is the first time hearing of Anime King 2, that's my second channel, so go ahead and check it out. If you enjoy the 100 plus what ifs over there, make sure to click that red subscribe button and join Anime King 2. And thank you all for your help and your support. And also, tonight over there I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan mix. And also, what if Naruto had 9 Kekkei Genkai? So switch over there and enjoy. And remember guys, to click that red subscribe button on both channels. And also comment down below under the video and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So the last part we left off, Naruto faced off against Tenzo in the final round of the HPT, as the both of them had an epic battle where Tenzo crushed Naruto under the ground and everyone thought that Naruto was dead, but Naruto had on a sand shield as he came out. He then used his Shinsei Nagan to activate both dojutsus as he trapped Tenzo and focused his chakra to his fist, the technique that he copied from Tsunade. But at the last moment before he could hit Yamato, Yamato gave up as he didn't want to be in the hospital for a long time as he saw the amount of chakra that Naruto was pulling into his fist. As the rest of the competitors then gave up, as they say that they didn't want to become Hokage. So Naruto was named the next Hokage as he talked to the Fire Daimyo, who said that Naruto would be the Hokage until further notice, as Naruto was shocked because he thought the position was only for 2 years. But the Fire Daimyo told him that everything will be alright. We also saw Orochimaru in his Akatsuki robe sparring with Zetsu as they went to one of Orochimaru's secret hideout, as Orochimaru finally found a way to bring his curse mark to a level 3, and his first test subject will be Kiba and Hana's father, and he also has a dog that is Kasumi's mother. So the last part we left off, Tsunade introduced Naruto as the next Hokage as Naruto gave a speech and everyone started cheer. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. Naruto was currently in the Hokage's office with all of his friends, as Naruto rubbed his head in embarrassment as all of them were talking at one time. Alright, stop yelling, Naruto said. Now, one at a time. Sasuke was the first one to come up to him. How could you of all people get this position? It's not right. Is this a joke? Sasuke asked, as he narrowed his eyes at Naruto. Kakashi then patted Sasuke on his shoulder. Sasuke, be respectful. Naruto is not a casual friend anymore. He's the Hokage, said Kakashi. Naruto then sighed. To answer your question, Sasuke, this isn't a joke. I am the new Hokage, and I will do to the best of my abilities to protect this village. Well, congratulations Naruto, for achieving your dreams, even if it come a few years earlier than you expected, Neji told him. It was then that Kurenai entered as she was holding a hand full of papers as she placed them in front of Naruto. As Naruto gasped as he looked at the amount of paperwork. These are the matters that you must attend to, Naruto. Please sign this, while I and Shizune go organize the other things, Kurenai said as she then left. Naruto then gulped as he looked at the paperwork. Well, since it's my first day, I need to get this mess done. Now, everyone, it's your day off, so everyone except Kimimaro, Teiwaya and Sasuke leave the room, Naruto ordered. As Sakura stood in the room, as Naruto narrowed his eyes at her. Is there something I can help you with, Haruno? Naruto asked, as she was looking at him. As the envoys narrowed their eyes at Sakura, as she took a step towards the decks, and then stopped. I don't recognize you as Hokage, she said, as everyone gasped. Naruto then stood up. Why is that? He asked curiously. It's because I don't think you can do a better job of running this village like Tsunade or Sasuke. I know who rightfully deserves this position, Sakura said, as Sasuke rolled his eyes, but he just sighed and decided to not say anything. Well, I am sorry to disappoint you, Sakura, but Tsunade and the daimyo chose me. So you can believe what you want, but I am not backing down from my responsibilities. Now get out before I have my Anvus throw you out, Naruto told her, as Sakura flinched at Naruto's tone. Sorry about that, Hokage, said Ino as she grabbed Sakura and pulled her before she does anything stupid. Kiba, said Ino as she winked at Ino, as Tenten glared at her, as they all left the office, leaving Naruto, Kimimaro, Teiwaya and Sasuke. Alright, first thing first. Show me your necks, Naruto said, as they all raised the eyebrow at that, but they show him their necks, showing their curse mark. As Sasuke sighed, but he decided to show Naruto his curse mark. Time to get rid of these, said Naruto, as he snapped back open his eyes and he had the Mangeto Sharingan, Amaterasu, as their necks lit up with black flames, but a small amount. They felt a pinch of pain, but the black flames disappeared and the curse marks were gone. That's weird. My eyes don't hurt when I use Amaterasu anymore, as Naruto thought to himself. He then told Kimimaro and Teiwaya to take a step forward, as they did as Naruto pulled out two headbands. Kimimaro, you were abandoned by Orochimaru and left to die, but I saw the use in you, and you trusted me. Will you follow me to protect and help this village? Kimimaro nodded. I will, Naruto, as Naruto handed him the headband, as Kimimaro tied it around his arm. Naruto then turned to Teiwaya. So, you still need any more convincing that I can protect you? Naruto asked. Teiwaya rolled her eyes. No, I don't think shit, as she then stopped. Naruto then sighed. Go on ahead. I don't think, shithead, she said. I still think that we're screwed. But, you seem to know what you're doing, so I will follow you, Teiwaya said, as she took the headband and wrapped it around her waist. Naruto then nodded with a smile, as he pulled out papers. Right now, there is no team or anything, so I am going to place the both of you as one. Kimimaro, you're obviously a Jonin, and Teiwaya will be a Chunin for the time being. Go ahead and enjoy your day off, guys, Naruto told them, as the two shunshin out of the room, leaving only Naruto and Sasuke. As Sasuke looked at Naruto, as your Hokage, I forbid you from chasing Itachi, said Naruto, as Sasuke narrowed his eyes as he was about to shout something, as Naruto then burst out in laugh. I couldn't keep a straight face saying that. As Sasuke raised the eyebrow to what is he talking about, as Naruto then calmed down. Alright Sasuke, I know how much you want to go after Itachi. Me having the Sharingan have taught me a few things. Let me tell you something that will help you. If you want to stay on Itachi, then keep near me, Naruto said. As Sasuke was confused, so Naruto decided to explain. What I mean is if you want to kill Itachi, the best way is to stick with me. For a reason that I can't tell you, Itachi is after me and others like me. When that time comes, then you will fight him again. But Sasuke, are you sure that things are cut and dry the way you think they are? Naruto asked. Sasuke narrowed his eyes. What do you mean? Itachi murdered the entire clan. I think that is as cut and dry as it could ever be, Sasuke told him, as Naruto placed a finger on his chin. Tell me, Sasuke, from as long as you know Itachi, has he ever talked badly about the clan? As Sasuke searched his memories, no, he loved the clan and everyone in it. He mostly spent time alone by himself though, but he didn't have any enemies. What are you getting at, Naruto? Sasuke asked. Naruto then got to his feet. He then quickly summoned two shadow clones, as he then snapped his finger, as an Anvu appeared behind him on one knee. Yes, Hokage, the Anvu asked, as Naruto turned to him. Bring me the file on Itachi right now. I want to see something. The Anvu then sunshin away, as Sasuke wondered what the hell was going on. What was Naruto trying to get to? After a few seconds, the envoy appeared back as he handed over the files to Naruto, as he then went back into the shadows, as these were the files that only the cage could look on. As Naruto then go through the files, it talked about Itachi's behavior, his grades, his time in the academy, some of his envoy's missions as well, and some of Itachi's thoughts. "Hey Sasuke, you read it," said Naruto, as Naruto gave him the file. As Sasuke read it, his hands then start to shake for some reason. "May I take this home? I'll give it back, but I want to see it in depth," Sasuke told him, and Naruto allowed it. "Go ahead, but I want that back in 2 days," said Naruto, as Sasuke left. Later on, the council room. Naruto entered the room as he took his seat at the center of the room. He saw the other clan heads enter, and he was surprised when Kushina came in. Guess she was representing his clan for the time being, as he doubted that Sasuke would show up for the Uchiha clan. "Greetings Hokage," Hayashi said, as Naruto gave a slight wave. "Hello Hayashi, how is the Hyuga clan doing?" Naruto asked, as Hayashi gave a bow. "It's doing well. But it's still really shocking that someone as young as you has been placed in the position of Hokage," Hayashi said, as Kushina chuckled to herself. "Well, what do you expect? He's my son after all," Kushina said. It was then that Shibe turned to Naruto. The civilian council wasn't there yet, so he wanted to know a few things. "Pardon me, Hokage, but I would like to know about your eyes," Shibe told him. "Go on," said Naruto. "Yes, it's about that dojutsu that you have. I like to understand how it works. I believe you call it the Shinsei Nagan. Please tell me how it allows you to copy bloodlines," Shibe asked Naruto, as everyone turned to Naruto as they were also interested. "Well, different from the Byakugan or the Sharingan, I can see the made-up structure of someone's chakra, and then I can use my eyes to mentally copy that into my own system, depending on what it is. But I don't think I can take your bloodline for insects. Your use of them is different, so I doubt that is copyable." "So, does that mean you can take Inoichi and mine?" Choza asked, as Naruto nodded. "That's right, I could, but it takes me a bit of time to get adjusted to each one. And if I don't practice it, then I am just a person who can use a bloodline wrongly." "Does that answer your question?" Naruto asked, as they all nodded. Tasumi then rose her hand. "So, tell me Hokage, when are you going to combine our clans?" Tasumi asked, as Naruto chuckled. "So, this clan is going to be one big clan with one clan head? How troublesome," said Shikaku, as Naruto waved his hand. "No, it's not like that, Shikaku. I doubt that I can run something that big by myself. That's why, until Tasumi decided, Kiba will be the clan head along with me. It's better for the clan if we have 2 instead of 1. There might be a few conflicts, but I think we can work everything out," Naruto told them, and everyone seemed to agree with him. They then stopped talking as the civilians came through the door. As Naruto looked at Sakura's mother, Sakuno. "You're all late," Naruto told them, while Sakuno sat in her seat. "Don't get cocky, brat, we're here, aren't we?" someone said in the civilian crowd, as Naruto figured these were the people who didn't like him being Hokage. "First of all, it's not brat, it's Hokage to you, and when we gather up, I expect you all to be on time." "Whatever you say, Hokage," another person said. Naruto just rolled his eyes as he sighed, as he didn't want to deal with their crap at the moment. "First thing off, tell me," said Naruto to the shinobi side, "what do you all think about the academy?" "Too easy," said Tasumi. "It is nothing like when we were kids." Naruto raised an eyebrow at that. "And what was that like?" he asked, as Hayashi then spoke. "I believe that the Sandaime has just started his position around that time. Back then, the time was in a war stage, so we had more expected out of us. By the time we were Genin, we could take C to B rank missions. We didn't have D rank missions," said Hayashi, as Naruto nodded. "Who's in charge of the academy?" Naruto asked, as Sakuno stood to her feet with a cocky smile. That would be me, Hokage, Sakuno said. Naruto narrowed his eyes as he rubbed his head. Well, alright, I will go back to that matter for later. Is there anything else I should know about? Naruto asked. It was then a civilian stood to her feet with a piece of paper. Yes, Hokage, we have been receiving complaints about violent civilians from certain part of the village. I wanted to bring this to your attention, the female voice said, as Naruto thanked her. Some of the civilian councils scowled at the woman, who was goody-goody to the new Hokage, but she didn't care, as Naruto noticed it. Thank you, Naruto said. I will take care of it immediately. Now, if that is all, we can go home. Meeting adjourned, said Naruto. Naruto rubbed his head as he went back to his office, as Tatsumi smiled as she followed him. When Naruto got there, the two clones were sitting on the ground. Finally, one of the clones shouted. Right on time, said Naruto. Yeah, boss, we're tired, said the other clone. Can we go now? Sure thing, said Naruto as he dispelled the clones. Naruto then sat down in his chair as he turned and looked at the Hokage's faces. Dad, I hope you're watching me, Naruto said with a smile, as the door then opened as Tatsumi walked in. I often wonder what you would look like behind that desk. You did a really good job, Naruto, Tatsumi said. Naruto chuckled as he rubbed the back of his head. Well, I tried, he said. Tatsumi then sat on his desk as she leaned down close to him. You know, I always wanted to try and do it in the Hokage's office, Tatsumi said, as she then pushed his chair as the chair stopped at the wall, as she climbed off a desk and sat down in his lap. Oh, look at the time, I have to... But Naruto didn't finish that sentence as Tatsumi kissed him, as envoys were in the office watching as he wondered if she knew, as the envoys trying not to chuckle. But Naruto then gave in as he started to kiss her back. Are they really going to do this while we're watching? One of the envoys asked, as the other giggled silently. There was then a knock on the door. Oh shit, Naruto said as Tatsumi got off of him. She quickly fixed back her clothes as Naruto did the same. He then went back to his desk as the door opened. Tatsumi moved to the far side of the room as the two avoided eye contact, as it was Kushina who came through the door as she noticed the both of them trying to avoid each other, which made her giggle. Hey, I don't really care what you do in here, Hokage, but maybe you should think before you act, Kushina said as Naruto coughed. I'll keep that in mind, Mom. So what do you need? Naruto asked as Kushina smiled. Simple, son. We're going on a trip to Uzu. I want you to see something there. It might be best to bring food with you also, as she is your student. Just leave a clone here and we'll be gone tomorrow, Kushina told him as Naruto sighed. He was about to refuse, but Tatsumi urged him to go, so Naruto decided to just agree. Oh, by the way, a woman named Nana says she wants to see you. That's just great. The Nanabi is out and she wants to see me. As Kushina then left the room with a giggle. Naruto, that was close, said Tatsumi. You want to go again? You gotta be kidding, right? Tatsumi gave him a quick kiss on the cheek. Well, see you later, she said, as she exited. Go ahead, laugh. I know you want to, Naruto said to the envoys, as each of them let out a laugh. It's not that funny, said Naruto. It was then that Shizune came into the room. Naruto, are you done? She asked him. Yeah, said Naruto. Shizune then grabbed one of his hands as she got down on her knees. Thank you, Naruto. You have no idea what it was like with Tsunade. I was the one who was forced to do her work most of the time, and when she got junk, it was a different news. Naruto scratched his cheek as his sweat dropped. At the stone village, Oniki was currently sitting in his chair as he got some information, as he was grinning like a madman when he got it. So Konoha has a new Hokage, and it's Minato's son. How nice. I can't wait to see how strong he is. Maybe we will take Konoha down easily. This could work after that last humiliation we suffered in the Great War. Kurasaki, I want you to infiltrate Konoha. Make sure you aren't noticed, he said to his granddaughter. By myself, Gigi? Isn't that a little overboard? She asked as she doubted that she could get very far alone. I suppose you're right. I just sort of get excited. Konoha, it's going to be easy to attack now, said Oniki as he got to his feet. Ah, my back, he then said, as Kurasaki just sighed at her grandfather. You need to stop pushing yourself or you're going to get hurt, as Kurasaki then helped him up. In Kiri, the mist village, a woman was currently behind her decks as she was doing paperwork as she heard a knock at the door. Come in, she said, and immediately the door opened to reveal her secretary. He was a middle-aged man with one of his eyes patched up. He walked over to the Mizukage as he handed her a paper. Mizukage, we have new reports on Konoha actions. It seems that they selected a new Hokage, the man said, as the woman stood to her feet. It was Mei Tarumi. I see. Well, that's interesting. Who might the person be? She asked, as Ao handed her a note. Mei, this guy is young, however, we can get the job on Konoha before they get us, Ao said, as Mei narrowed her eyes as she took the picture and smiled. The son of Minato Namikaze. He's also a Uzumaki. He's not that bad looking either. Rather, he's quite cute, Mei thought, as she smiled again. I would like to meet this boy. Ao, make preparations for me to go to Konoha. Send them a note. I would like to meet the Hokage in person, she said. Back with Naruto, after Shizune had left and he thought everything was done, Kurenai then came in the office with another stack of paperwork as he just finished it. It was now late in the night as he realized all those bastards that failed the HPT didn't finish their paperwork. They just left it all on him. Naruto then got up as he snapped his finger as all of the envoys bow in front of Naruto. You can all leave if you want. I won't force you to stay here. Just be sure to switch the village watch every 6 hours. Understood? Naruto asked as the envoys nodded as they then sunshine away as Naruto opened the door as Kurenai and Shizune had already left as Naruto was now on the street. As he rubbed the back of his head, Man, I'm tired, Naruto said. Well, that's to be expected, Hokage, said the Kyuubi. Yeah, I know. So I take it that the Nanabi is out and wants to talk to me. Yes, said the Kyuubi. Yujito also wants to talk to you as well. Something about her Biju, the Nibi. So you have to do that as well. Naruto let out a yawn as he then saw a woman, green hair and a dark green kimono with black stripes. Who are you? Naruto asked as the woman smiled at him as she came into light. I have lots of names, but I really like to be called Nana, she said, as Naruto widened his eyes as he was looking at the Nanabi in flesh. As she smiled at him, Nanabi, I presume. So how do you like the outside? Naruto asked as she took a deep breath and released and then smiled. Feels good, and it's all thanks to you, Naruto, for teaching Fu how to release me. Thank you, now come here, she said as she grabbed Naruto. She then hugged him. Naruto gave her back a hug. When they broke the hug, she then kissed him out of nowhere as Naruto was stunned as she broke the kiss. Nice kiss, Naruto, as Naruto touched his lip. Well, see you back at the compound, as she then walked off. As Naruto stood there for a few seconds, just looking up, thinking about that kiss. He just sighed as he then slowly started to walk home, as he didn't have the energy right now to do the Hiroshin or anything like that. He was beat. When he got home, the lights were off. As he entered, he switched on the light. Welcome home, Hokage, everyone said, as Naruto's eyebrow twitched. But he did release a sigh. I am back home, everyone. How have you guys been doing? Kasumi was the first one to speak. Well, we and Teiwaya had a sparring match, and she won. Teiwaya crossed her arms with a chuckle. You're damn right I did. It's too early for you idiots to defeat me, she said as Naruto chuckled. Alright everyone, go to bed. Tomorrow I am assigning missions, so I want you all to get some sleep. Kyuubi, Nanabi, I would like for the both of you to be with me and Fu, while Mom take us to Uzu. As the two Biju nodded as everyone started to walk off to their rooms, as Yujito then came up to Naruto. Naruto, do you think you can teach me also? Yujito asks. As Naruto raised an eyebrow. What do you mean? He asks. Yujito then blushed as she lifted up her shirt, showing her a seal on her stomach. As Naruto looked at it, as her blush deepened, I would like you to teach me Fuin Jutsu so I can release Nebi also. Naruto patted her shoulder. Sure, Yujito. Thank you, she said, as she gave him a kiss on the cheek, as Naruto chuckled, as they both retired for the night. Somewhere, in the middle of nowhere, 9 figures came to view on 10 fingers, as Kakazo and Hidan dropped the Jinchuriki in front of the group. Not that hard at all, he was still a pain in the ass. Tell me, why are we gathering these guys so early? Weren't we going to wait for 2 years for this? Hidan asked, as Nagato then looked down at him. Silence, Hidan, and just do your job. We're not sealing him just yet. We must capture the others before sealing them, or it will break the seal. Does anyone has information on the others? Nagato asked, while Sasori spoke. The one-tailed Jinchuriki hasn't do anything for a while. It seemed like something is happening in the hidden sand, and they're trying to pick the next Kazekage. It was Orochimaru then spoke. The Nadabi Jinchuriki is in Konoha, along with the Kyuubi Jinchuriki. It seems that she lived with him, a part of his clan, Orochimaru said, as Itachi narrowed his eyes. And I also heard news that the Nebi Jinchuriki is in Konoha also. They made a marriage for Kumo and Konoha to strengthen their alliance with the Nebi Jinchuriki and the Kyuubi Jinchuriki, said Kakazu. Well, said Kisame, the Kyuubi Jinchuriki lucked out since the last time we saw him. I cannot wait to take another shot at him. As Itachi closed his eyes. And also, said Itachi, news has spread that the 5th Hokage has left the village, and they have named the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi as the Hokage for the time being. That brat? Really? Well damn, I wonder what makes him so special, Kisame said to himself. As Pain then spoke, Kisame, Itachi, I am taking the both of you off of capturing the 9-tailed Jinchuriki. As Kisame gasped as Itachi just sighed. Why? Asked Kisame. Konan and I will take care of the 9-tailed Jinchuriki when the time comes. During that time, no one is to go after him. So in turn, you will not go after the Nebi Jinchuriki or the Nadabi Jinchuriki. Focus on the Yanbai, the Rokibai, and the Sanbai when you found it. The Shikaku can wait. You all have your orders, as people start to leave. Pain then came from his projection, and so did Konan, as the both of them looked at their country, as rain was tearing down. Nagato, if we leave the Kyuubi Jinchuriki for too long, he might become too powerful, silenced Konan. It doesn't matter how powerful he is. I am a god. He will never beat me, Pain said. It was then a vortex opened up between them, revealing the masked man. Don't be arrogant, Nagato. You know your limitations better than anyone. Itachi also said that the kid possessed the Mangekyou Sharingan of the Uchiha clan. That alone make him terrifying. Don't go and act arrogant. Back in Konoha, the next morning, Naruto, Fu and Kushina headed off. Naruto left clones behind so he can maintain the position of Hokage. So, Mom, how long before we get there? Naruto asked, as Kushina pulled out a map as she turned at Naruto. About a day and a half, not that long. Now let's hurry up. As the 3 of them then ran off and disappeared into the forest. In the mission room, Naruto and Iruka were sitting next to each other as Iruka chuckled, making Naruto turn to him. Something funny? Naruto asked, as Iruka shook his head. It's nothing, Naruto. It's just all those years seem to fly by. 2 years ago, you were a genin. 6 months after that, you entered the Chunin exams and became a Jonin. And now, you're the Hokage of Konoha. You have achieved more than most Jonin have in their entire life. It's a good feeling, Iruka said, as Naruto nodded and leaned on the table. I know what you mean. It's a weird feeling, but I like it. I only hope that I can be a good Hokage. It was then that Asuma, Choji, and Ino and Shikamaru entered the room. "Good morning, Hokage," said Asuma. "Never thought I would see you behind that desk." "The world is a weird place," said Choji, as Naruto chuckled. "I suppose it is. Now then, for your mission. 2 days ago, I was able to go through everyone's file and their mission records, and you guys have an impressive one. Since Tsunade's HPT took a bit of time, I will give you guys a C-rank mission. This mission details that you deliver this message to the Sand Village. Take it to them immediately." Tsunade was going to get it done, but because she ran off, that leaves it to me. Everyone then nodded. "Understand, Hokage," said Asuma, as he and his team left the room. Next to enter was Kiba and Haku. "Got any good missions for us, Naruto?" Kiba said, as Iruka was going to tell Kiba to show Naruto some respect, but Naruto stopped him. "It's alright, Iruka. I want them to be casual with me. There is no need for Hokage when it's them," said Naruto. "Now then, Kiba, Haku, I have got a good mission for you guys today. It will be the first one when you're alone. I hope that you guys will be okay," Naruto told them, as Haku gave a gentle smile while Kiba gave a thumbs up. "What are you talking about, man? We're going to be fine. Nothing to worry about." "Alright, your mission is a B-rank mission. You're to head to Tanzuka village and help protect the place, since that it has been targeted as a bandit area." "Don't worry, we'll get this done," said Kiba, as he then ran out. "Wait for me, Kiba," said Haku, as Naruto leaned back in his chair. "You're missing the action, huh?" said Iruka. "Well, boss is going to Uzu, but this is really boring." It was then that Hinata, Shino, and Sakura entered the room, along with Kurenai. "Hey guys, how are you doing?" Naruto asked, as they all smiled at him, except for Sakura. "We're doing fine, Naruto," said Kurenai, as Naruto turned to her. "I guess you got away from the secretary work?" Naruto asked, as Kurenai gave him a small, playful glare. "I would like to give my team a C-rank mission, Naruto," Kurenai said. "I see. Well, that's fine with me. Are you sure everyone is up to it?" As Kurenai nodded, knowing that Naruto was talking about Sakura. He wasn't being mean, but he wanted to be realistic. But he always trusted Kurenai's judgment. "Alright then, here's your C-rank mission. Good luck, guys," Naruto said, as the three of them nodded except for Sakura, as they all went off. Naruto then sighed as he leaned back in his chair. "What's wrong?" Iruka asked. "It's nothing. I just have to accept that some people won't see me as a Hokage." "Well, Naruto, do you trust in your abilities?" Naruto quickly nodded that he did. "Then don't worry about others. People will come around," said Iruka. "I guess you're right," said Naruto. In the Forest of Death, the Kyuubi was training with a clone, as she left a clone behind, and also Naruto did as well. "Before we continue our training, there is something with my eyes," said Naruto. "Huh? What is it?" she asked. "Well, they don't hurt anymore when I use the Mangekyou Sharingan, the Amaterasu, or the Tsukiyomi." "Let me see your Sharingan," she said, as Naruto activated Sharingan. "Wait, what are those?" she asked him, as his eyes changed as it turned into a spiral, wrapped around the center of his pupil. The Kyuubi narrowed their eyes. "They weren't like that before. Tell me, Naruto, do you remember meeting anyone else besides Kakashi with the Sharingan?" the Kyuubi asked. "The only other person I remember meeting was Itachi, and I broke his Tsukiyomi," said Naruto. "Well, I designed your dojutsu to copy whatever it sees. So you copy Kakashi's Sharingan and then Itachi Mangekyou Sharingan. I think that when you see Itachi's Mangekyou and Kakashi's Sharingan, the both of them combined and gave you the eternal Mangekyou Sharingan. But if that is the case, your eyes shouldn't have been hurting in the first place. And why did they stop now?" she wondered. "Maybe I just needed to get used to it," Naruto said. Well, that's good enough for now, but I'll look into it. And something like that shouldn't happen. But forget it, I'll look into it, the Kyuubi said. So, let's continue your training. Back at the meeting room, Shizune came into the room, the scroll in her hand. Naruto, you got a message from Kyuri, she said, as Naruto raised an eyebrow, wondering what it was. As he opened it, damn it, boss, this isn't a time for you to go on break, the clone said, as he got to his feet. So, the Mizukage want to meet me, but my chakra won't last for that long, the clone said to himself. I'll be right back, the clone said, as he vanished with the Hiraishin. With the real Naruto, Fu and Kushina, they were traveling to Uzu, as Naruto saw a yellow lightning and then stopped. Boss, the clone said. Huh? Didn't I leave you back in Konoha? Naruto asked and the clone nodded. Yes, but it is urgent. The Mizukage want to meet you, the clone said, as he handed Naruto the scroll. There is no way. A letter from Kyuri take 3 to 4 days, and no one should know that I'm Hokage yet. News travel fast, Naruto, said Kushina. One of our shinobis got the message and came back to the village quickly to deliver it. That is why we got it so quick, the clone said, as Naruto sighed, as he placed a hand on his head. Alright, place a seal of the Hiraishin on my chair and tell Shizune to get the place ready for the Mizukage arrival. I don't know what the Mizukage could want with me, but I'll find out soon, I guess. But guys, I'm going to be ending this episode right here. If you want the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also stay in tune because I'm going to be posting what if Naruto had 9 Kekkei Genkai and what if Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan mix. But for now, I'm out guys. Peace.